Hey guys, Josh Conan, strength and conditioning coach here at Competitive Edge Skating and Strength Training. We're going to start off with a question this week. Which person do you think is more likely to reach their goal? Person 1 whose goal is to make it to the NHL, or player 2 whose goal is to get deliberately better at something every single day? The answer is going to be player 2. Now, having big goals, making the NHL, the Olympic team, becoming a doctor, these are all great, but the only thing is that there's no action involved. It's the same thing as New Year's resolutions. Oh, I'm gonna be healthy this year. That's a lot more vague than I'm going to cut bread out of my diet. So having action involved with your goals and clarifying what you want is gonna be the only way that you're gonna reach those goals. It's the same thing with players that player 1, I wanna make it to the NHL, but they're not putting forth effort daily or even weekly to get there. Or if they are, they're not really sure if they're getting better because all they're doing is going to sticks and pucks and stick handling a little bit, playing posts with everyone that's there, and then they're just leaving. Did that player get better? They don't know because there's no measurable thing that they did to improve. Versus player 2, who I'm going to deliberately get better at something every day. That player is going to shoot 50 pucks, record themselves shooting those, see where their shot can be improved, and then shoot 50 more. And the thing is, the player 1 is going to be able to stay at that sticks and pucks longer because they're not mentally in it. They're just skating around, playing posts, having fun, which is good, but that's not getting you better. Whereas that player 2, if you're shooting 50 pucks, trying to deliberately increase your shot or get better at it, you're only going to be able to do that for so long before you're just mentally fatigued and have to stop. But that player is going to get that much more improvement than player 1. It's the same thing if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or anything like that. If you study the textbook, that's great, but then you put it to the side, you're not really sure if you remember the information or not, versus the person that's going to deliberately increase their capacity to memorize that stuff. They're going to quiz themselves every day. They not even be able to read the whole chapter because they're trying to memorize every single part of it, so they're only doing a section at a time, versus the player 1 that's just checking the box, oh, I did it, hopefully I'm closer to my goal. It's that 1 or 0. Are you improving or are you not? Are you closer to your goal? Or are you just telling yourself that you are? So the big thing with goals is they're great to have, but what's the action you're putting forth daily? And it's that daily thing. So back to the player 1, player 2 example. Let's say they're 13-year-old, which is the prime age to get ready for that NHL goal. Player 1 is I'm doing something once or twice a week, while player 2 is doing something every single day. That player 2 is gonna be 4, 5, 6 times more improved than player 1 because they're putting in that effort, and they're more likely to steal that Division 1 signing from that player 1 because they're more prepared, they put more effort in, and also if you make it to the NHL, that's a great goal and everything, but that's going to come to an end eventually. Player 2 is going to be a lot more likely to be successful after their career because they have that work ethic ingrained. I need to deliberately get better at something every single day, whereas that player 1 is going to be the common that's so common in our culture where they're kind of on autopilot and just going through and hoping for the best. So the big takeaway from this video is have those big goals, but clarify what can I do daily to improve and how can I measure that I'm actually improving versus just telling myself that I am, which you don't really know if you are.